people in the room, they do it all remotely now. Years ago, they used to come in here and have cameras and stuff, the kids. It's all the video classes through Mr. Benton. I know it's about a minute till 7. We can't start until 7 just because of protocol with the school board meetings. That's what we have to wait anyhow, but everything is being videotaped, so. And we have to wait till 7, I'm sorry. We came down a couple minutes earlier because we promised one of the persons from the yearbook that we take a picture, but they're not here tonight, so.
Can't we just take it on the phone and send it to them?
I'm not sure if they use that for the yearbook or not, or. We can do, I mean, I've thought I'll just do that after the next meeting.
One and done.
You know what, after the meeting, let's just take a few minutes. If you're a school board member, a couple minutes after the meeting, please say, and we'll take a photo and we'll send it to the yearbook, because, you're right, we could take a picture with our camera. I'll send it.
So many services.
Oh, you send it back.
I'm still young.
I have one. I always have something going on. How many services do you all have?
On Sunday we have
I'd like to call to order the February 3rd regular board meeting for the Penn Trafford School District. We start with Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Marlene, could you do a roll call, please?
Mrs. Issing? Here. Dr. Klein?
present.
Mr. Kochasik?
Here.
Dr. Kostjo?
Here.
Mr. Leonard?
Here.
Mr. Matarazzo?
Here.
Mr. Neiman?
Here.
Mr. Petrucci?
Here.
Mr. Stovar?
Here.
We have a quorum, Mr. President.
Thank you. I'm going to turn the meeting over to Dr. Harris for information.
Okay, I'm going to actually start off with our Students of the Month. This is the favorite part of every month when we actually get to recognize students from our district at the different schools, elementary, middle, and high school. And I say this every month, but sometimes you don't always watch the school board meetings, so I'll say it again. It is very hard to be chosen Students of the Month. When you think about it, we have 3,876 students, and perhaps we choose 24 to 27 a year. So if you do the math, it's less than 1%. So it is extremely difficult. However, when you hear what the principals say about your child and why they were chosen, and they also give reports from the teacher, you're going to see why they're Students of the Month and why they deserve this honor. And I always remind parents, you send your kids out the door, they can come to school and do anything they want, technically. You're not there to see them, they're not under your supervision, but instead of doing anything they want, they choose to do the right thing all the time in all the classes, and they make you proud. So I already say they also represent you, and they also represent your whole family, and they do that on their own because it's the right thing to do. So everything that they do, everything they have accomplished to make this honor, you should be very proud, because it is very hard, and they do it on their own. And that's always good to hear. As a parent, it kind of makes you feel better saying, all right, they're doing the right thing. So thank you for all the parents that come, the family members, and all their friends, and some teachers. It's always nice to see you in the audience. And I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Schwartz, and he's going to start off with Level Green.
Yep. Thank you, Dr. Harris. It is my honor to introduce Zeppelin Wade as Level Green's Student of the Month. Zeppelin is the daughter of Sarah and Greg Wade and has an older sister, Zoe, who attends Trafford Middle. Zeppelin is a 4th grade student at Level Green. She enjoys learning, being creative through art, and helping out in the classroom. She credits her family, especially her mom and dad's daily encouragement, with helping her do so well with her schoolwork. Her favorite subjects are social studies, math, and art. She enjoys math because it makes the most sense to her, and she's good at working with numbers. Social studies is also one of her favorite subjects because she enjoys the fun activities in class and likes learning about history. Outside of school, Zeppelin spends her time hanging out with her friends, playing games, jumping on her trampoline, and sled riding. When she grows up, she would like to use her talents and love of art to open a business and being a nail artist. Her classroom teachers, Mr. Mastriani, Mr. Casper, and Mr. Rainier, state the following about Zeppelin. Zeppelin is an outstanding student who consistently demonstrates a positive attitude and exceptional work ethic. She actively participates in all classes, always bringing enthusiasm and curiosity to every lesson. Her sense of humor and kindness make her well liked by her peers, and she fosters a welcoming and supportive classroom environment. Beyond her academic excellence, Zeppelin is incredibly responsible and reliable. She's often our first choice when we need assistance, as she approaches every task with maturity and efficiency, almost like having another adult in the room. She maintains straight A's across all subject areas, stays on task, comes prepared, and willingly helps both her classmates and teachers. With her dedication, leadership, and exemplary character, Zeppelin is truly a model student and highly deserving recipient of the Student of the Month award. It is easy to see that Zeppelin is an awesome student, possesses many of our school's core values, and is an excellent example of a Penn Trafford warrior. We are proud of her and look forward to her bright future. On behalf of the students and staff of Level Green Elementary, I would like to congratulate Zeppelin Wade for being Elementary Students of the
And when we're done with all four, we're going to do a picture for the paper and the website. Mr. Schwartz, what's going on at the elementary schools?
This Friday at Level Green, we have our talent show with 29 acts. We have over 50 students going to participate, so we're excited to see the students perform their special talents. Starting February 10th, we have our Winter Spirit Week. Students can participate and dress in their fuzzy socks, flannel shirts, and pajamas throughout the week. At the end of the week, across the district, we will have our PTO Valentine Party. We truly appreciate our PTOs and all the supports they show to our school. And finally, inspiring our students to read and pick new books has been a focus of our reading team this year at Level Green, and we're currently offering a winter bingo activity for our students to complete. Also, we had 80 students participate in our Fall Family Book Club, and we're looking forward to our spring event in March.
You sound very busy.
Yep.
A lot of good activities, thank you. All right, next up, and I know Dr. Horvath could not make it today. She's at home not feeling well,
Yep.
so we're going to have Mr.
Stepping in
Schwartz.
for Dr. Horvath. So Dr. Horvath apologizes that she's unable to attend due to not feeling well. She wanted to let you know that she's very proud of you, Pierce. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Pierce Leibel Stein as Trafford Elementary Student of the Month. Pierce is a second grade student at Trafford. He lives with his mother, Jessica, grandparents, sister Aurora, brother Peyton, and has a dog named Willow and 2 cats named Rocky and Angel. Pierce's favorite subject is math because addition and subtraction are fun, and he's good at it. He likes to eat cheeseburgers and carrots and play Madden and Minecraft on Xbox with his brother. When Dr. Horvath interviewed him and asked him what he wanted to be when he grew up, he thought for a while. He then smiled and said he wants to be a teacher like his Aunt Desiree, who teaches Spanish at the high school. Dr. Horvath stated that all the teachers were all very excited to nominate Pierce. Last year's teacher, Mrs. Stoltz, had this to say. Pierce was an outstanding first grade student who consistently demonstrated hard work, kindness, and a positive attitude in the classroom. He was always eager to participate and took initiative in both his academic and social interactions. His curiosity and enthusiasm for learning made him a joy to teach. Although I was his last year teacher, Pierce stops by at the end of the day in the afternoon to say goodbye to me. Beyond his academic achievements, Pierce was a supportive friend, always ready to help his classmates and share his ideas. His respectful behavior and cheerful personality makes him a wonderful role model for his peers, and truly embodies the qualities of a student of the month. Mrs. Whittick, Pierce's second grade teacher who nominated him, had this to say: Pierce is a wonderful student. In school, he is kind, respectful, responsible, and helpful to both adults and his peers. He's an excellent listener when he is in class. He offers to help his teachers and peers with tasks in the classroom. He follows all classroom and school rules. In class, he works very hard and has an organized desk. He always completes his homework. His handwriting is gorgeous. I know that his name is one that I can leave for a sub as a student that is reliable to ask for help. I get compliments from other classroom and support teachers on his behavior as well. He is definitely a fan favorite at Trafford Elementary. Pierce has won 2 gotcha shirts from his teachers, and they could not be happier for him to have this award. Again, Dr. Horvat and staff would like to congratulate Pierce for being Student of the Month.
I have a question for this young gentleman. Do you want to run track in school? You like to zip back and forth. That's great. That's enthusiastic. Good job. Keep it up.
Dr. Harris, can I say something to parents and family? If you get the Penn Trafford News, you always see so many pictures of all the things going on, including Students of the Month. But the person that makes that possible sitting here tonight, Mrs. Colleen Kelly. She's the one that does all of that. And there's school districts that are envious. I was just reading in the Penn Trafford News. One of our local school districts says, almost not fair. There's so much stuff about Penn Trafford and not about our school. That's because of this young lady. So I just want to make sure you're aware of that.
Next up, we have our middle school from Trafford Middle School. We're going to call Mr. Roger Sullivan.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. It's my pleasure to introduce Olivia Potter. Olivia is an 8th grade student at Trafford Middle School and an excellent academic student. She takes her schoolwork very seriously, and she also says she likes it. She enjoys school. She's a middle school cheerleader and has a goal to cheer for the high school one day. She's a competitive dancer, volunteers to do the scorebook for girls' volleyball games. She takes pictures for the school yearbook, and she's on one of the crews to do our morning announcement from time to time. So she's an active student at Trafford Middle School, to say the least. She enjoys spending her time with her friends, but most of all values her time with her family, who's joined us here tonight. Her 8th grade teachers say this about her. She's a student that constantly volunteers to help with tasks that makes the educational experience better for everyone in the room. Outside of the classroom, she also volunteers. For example, she helps decorate the hallways during various holidays. She's responsible, reliable, kind, and helpful. She always makes up her work if she's absent and is academically elite. She has a positive attitude and is a positive presence in the classroom, as well as a role model for all of her peers. She takes initiative and constantly puts forth her best effort. Olivia, we couldn't be more proud. Thank you and congratulations.
And what is going on at the middle school right now?
This Friday, Dr. Harris, we're hosting the financial reality tour. The 8th grade students from Penn will come and join our students, and we'll put on the financial reality tour sponsored by FEPL, our credit union. Coming up this month, I promised the students a tug of war, since they weren't able to do it right before the Christmas tournament. So we're going to have our 8th grade tug of war tournament. Some students are getting a field trip to go to Urban Air because of how they did with their fundraiser. And the Career Center is coming to speak to students in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade this month. And our 6th grade is going to take a field trip to J.A. Biztown also, so we're gearing up for that. And we're doing another fundraiser sponsored by our student council. So we've got a lot going on.
And for those who don't know, Biztown is through the Junior Achievements, where they go there and they learn how to become their own business. So it's kind of interesting.
It's fantastic.
Great opportunity. All right, appreciate it. And we're going to get to the high school. Before you talk about your student of the month, can you tell us what's going on at the high school?
I apologize. I have like a little chest congestion. At the high school, spring sports will be starting in the next few weeks. Our media literacy is planning to visit the elementary schools, prepare for Read Across America. Kids are done scheduling for next year, so we're going to start moving forward with that process. The musical Charlie and the Chocolate Factory practice will begin in the next couple weeks as casting is completed. We had our Noble Warrior breakfast last Thursday where we acknowledged some fantastic students as well. Club days coming up in a few weeks. We'll start talking about spring activities. We're going to have a soft opening for our online store, which is an extension of our coffee shop and a life skills program, where we're going to start initially with our faculty being able to purchase select items. I believe it's beanies and beanies and shirts to start, and hopefully, expand it to allow the community for greater community outreach with our life skills department. Teachers are attending mental health training this week during our PLC time. It's provided by Wesley Family Services. The snowball dance was a huge success. We had about 350 students attend on January the 25th. And then we had our student union attend the prayer breakfast and heard an amazing motivational speaker. So we had a lot of stuff going on at the high school this last month.
A lot of stuff and a lot of stuff to
Yes.
come.
Can I ask, can you brag about our cheerleaders?
I'm sorry?
Can you brag about our cheerleaders? What
Our,
they've been doing?
our cheerleaders did well. They competed at states. I took a break out of our day. We all went to Mr. Quillio's office and just kind of watched them. Unfortunately, they didn't perform or didn't win states.
They came in 5th out of how
Yes. There was quite a lot. I don't
many? They
know
told
the
me
exact
40.
number.
They were 5th out of 40. And where are they going this week?
That I don't know off the top of my head.
They're going to Orlando for nationals. So I'm pretty proud of our cheerleaders.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And now, the student of the month.
Perfect. So for the student of the month, I selected Jacob McGee. Jacob, he is the son and daughter of Greg and Melissa McGee. He lives in Harrison City with a sibling, Jordan. At school, Jake participates in track, cross country, swimming, and has made a huge impact on the unified bocce team, which is part of the reason why he was selected this month. And these are the words of Miss Jones and Miss Fry, who are actually in attendance tonight. Ms. Fry has said, Jake has been a wonderful addition to the Penn Trafford Unified Bocce team. Jake has helped many students on the team overcome challenges that they face in different situations. He is a very positive and encouraging teammate, and beyond being a part of the team, he is involved in many different community programs. He helps coach youth players, and he's involved in a variety of sports. While athletics and leadership are extremely important parts of life, he works hard to have wonderful grades and does whatever it takes to excel to achieve his long-term goals. Ms. Jones has said, although being his first year in a bocce team, he has made a huge impact since day one. Jake comes to practice and games with a positive attitude and encourages all the members of the team. Jake makes an attempt to interact with every single member of the team and encourages them to work through their challenges. He participates in many other activities within the school and community despite being very active overall. He always makes bocce a large priority. During the school day, he interacts with team members throughout the day. Many of the team members look forward to seeing him to say hi during class transitions and at lunch. Jake is a great addition and a true leader. And a few things a couple other teachers said. He's a type of student every teacher wants in the classroom. He's willing and excited to always learn. He is a positive role model, upbeat, always smiling. And something a lot of students don't do is show differing opinions with people that they don't really, differing opinions. Teenagers like to everybody to agree with them. So that's a good thing to take into life. Jake plans on running cross country at Penn West Cal U and majoring in nursing. So I'd like to congratulate Jake for being a fantastic example.
And actually, actually, we're gonna take a photo. Congratulations.
Time to get voted.
If the winners would please come over to the, stay sitting. Quiet all of a sudden. That is our favorite part of the meeting, and for information, the principals and everybody else got a chance to share. So I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Nemec for the next part, because we have other things to get going.
All right, thank you, Dr. Harris. Special reports, Mr. Leonard.
Thank you, Mr. President. First of all, I will not have a report from the Career Tech CWCTC because I gave the last report in the January meeting, and my next meeting down there is this Thursday, so I'll have this month's report next month. I'm making up for that with my IU report. It was an extremely busy month at the IU. I made 7 trips there, and some of them were half-day visits. A lot going on. So this is my report on the 7 trips for various activities, which include the cabinet meeting held January 22nd to discuss ongoing issues, contracts, and personnel matters. Meeting with the executive director and the finance services director to discuss and review that position's contract for potential renewal. Meeting with the executive director and the director of personnel to discuss the renewal of that position's employment agreement potentially. We had a meeting to review and prepare for our pending negotiations with the WIU PCAs and classroom assistants. And our first negotiating session is scheduled to be held tomorrow. And as a board president, I've been tapped to participate in these negotiations. Now, I have full disclosure, I didn't really want to be the president, but I'm okay with it. I didn't want to participate in those negotiations, but I'll do it. Thank you for her. Okay, the other trips to the IU were to, IU's intermediate unit, I guess everybody knows that. Other trips to the IU were to review various other items and to prepare for the various meetings. And then the regular monthly meeting was held on January 20th, 2025. Prior to the regular meeting, an executive session was held to discuss some legal matters, contract matters, and some personnel and student matters. And that meeting took from approximately 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Then the main business meeting was called to order at approximately 7, slightly after. At this meeting, the following business items were discussed and reviewed. We had one board member approved as for resignation, and a board member was approved as a replacement. This was the City of Jeanette's board representative. A brief report was presented relative to the WIU Foundation's activities. The standard financial reports were submitted, reviewed, and approved. The executive director then presented his monthly report. Now, under the human resource portion, we did the following. Approved 4 resignations, which included 2 teachers, 1 language pathologist, and 1 information support specialist. We approved 4 retirements as follows. 3 teachers and 1 speech and language pathologist. We approved 3 leave requests, all FMLA leaves. Next, we approved the hirings as follows. 4 teachers to replace the departed teachers, 1 educational consultant, 1 curriculum services secretary, and 2 new PCA. We approved several job descriptions and salaries for new positions and readjusted positions, as well as several supplemental positions. Under curriculum services, we approved 1 grant agreement, 1 job-related training opportunity was also approved. Under early childhood services, 1 professional services agreement, and the early intervention calendar was approved. Under financial services, there were 4 agreements were approved, and 1 job-related training conference was approved. Under student services, the following items were approved. The 2024-2025 school age calendar was approved, the 2025-2026 school age calendar, an agreement with the school physician for the 2025-2026 school year, and 1 job-related training summit was approved for 2 IU employees. Under School Board Part 2, several master services agreements were approved. The 2025-2026 board meeting calendar and administrative office calendars were approved, and a more detailed agenda and minutes can be viewed on the WIU website if anybody wishes to have more details, and this concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Leonard. Now is the time we would normally recognize visitors, but ain't nobody here, so we'll move on. An executive session, or old business. Do we have any old business?
There are no items under old business.
Okay. We held an executive session prior to this board meeting tonight where we discussed personnel, litigation, negotiations, and received information on multi-tiered level of support. That's all we have there in the executive. Move on to the consent agenda. Does the board wish to remove any item from the consent agenda? Okay. May I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items as submitted under one motion?
So moved.
Question?
Question being called for. This is a roll call vote. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor, opposed, say no. Motion carried. We're back to page 11 now. Where I will ask Mr. Kachasik to give us the personnel and curriculum motions.
Thank you, Mr. President. Move to employ the following personnel. New employment is contingent upon the receipt of all necessary documentation that will include clearances Act 34, Act 151, and Act 114 from the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania within 30 days. Peggy Julianne, HRD Director, Human Resource Director. Dylan Stewart, SEICA. Anthony Persia, long-term sub. Colton Romero, long-term, super sub, Heather Johnston, super sub. Jenna Jessup, long-term sub. Amanda Gable, library aide. Lisa DiBernardo, PCA. Sandra Mayano, custodian. Leslie O'Connell, job coach. Allison Race, secretary. And Allison Pierce, super sub.
I have a motion. Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Question?
Question.
Okay, I have a question. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Kachasik. Taxes, insurance, and census. Mr. Matarazzo, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm asking you to approve a resolution on a tax collector compensation. Move to approve the resolution to establish annual compensation for the elected tax collectors for the boroughs of Manor, Penn Trafford, and Penn Township. A copy of this resolution will be filed with the official minutes of this meeting.
I'll make a second.
Question?
Question.
Question being called for. This will be a roll call vote. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried.
And before the adjournment, just a reminder, on the school board, we just want to take a quick picture for the yearbook, and then the admin, central admin, you need to take a quick picture for the yearbook. And Colleen, just a reminder, you're taking a quick picture for the yearbook.
Can I have a motion for adjournment?
Motion.
Meeting adjourned, 7:34.
Thank you.